So in today's video, I'll be making it on this Orange Pi 4 LTS 3GB single board computer. They do have various operating systems for this, like Ubuntu, Android 12, and others. But I will be installing Android 12 on this SBC, and I will be installing a number of other apps on it, like a power off, on, reset, power off, reset button app, because this does have reset button, but it's all the way at the bottom, so I cannot access this because of the fact that I have a case with it. So I have to use the app to shut it down, and there's no power off button on this SBC as well. So I'll be using that app. I will be installing Retroarch on top of Android 12, and basically I'll be turning this into a small retro game console. I did try Laka with the Orange Pi 4 LTS 3GB, however, for some reason that did not run, and this is the case that I used for my Orange Pi 4 LTS. I put about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heat sinks on it, as you can clearly see. One for the CPU, one for the GPU, the RAM, and everything else. Wi-Fi controller and stuff like that. You could power this by using various adapters. You could use a barrel jack adapter like this. This is a 5-volt 4-amp power adapter, or you could use a USB-C power adapter rated at 5-volt 4 amps as well, right here, or you could use the barrel jack one. And this uses a standard HDMI connector, which I like, which is pretty good. This is a 3.5 millimeter stereo jack. It has one USB 3.0 port and two USB 2.0 ports. I think that's USB 3.0 right there. This is USB 2.0, USB 2.0, and a 1000 gigabit LAN or Ethernet connector. The TF card goes in here. I put 4 large rubber feet on it so it wouldn't slip. I think one of them is LCD ribbon connector, and one is a camera. The one on the bottom is for LCD, right there. Ribbon connector. I put a small fan on there which directs the air downward to cool the heat sinks. And this is a pretty good case. It was pretty easy to assemble, as you can see. And I'll be using a USB micro SD card reader to flash my Android operating system. I'll be using this thing, and I will also be using a USB flash storage device to put the .apk files that I want to install on this SBC via Android 12, basically. And I'll show you how to do everything in the next part of the video. This SBC is it's one generation below a Orange Pi 5. This one has I think 6 cores, 2 ARM Cortex A53 cores, and 4 ARM Cortex A73 cores, 4 A72 3 cores, and 2 A53 cores. So it's got 6 cores, and it's a pretty powerful SBC, I think. It's not as powerful as the Orange Pi 5, but it's I think it's better than a Raspberry Pi 4. It's pretty good, and the price was not that high or anything. So I'll be flashing the operating system here. So this is what you need. You need a USB flash drive. You need a USB micro SD card reader. I'm using a 64-bit PNY micro SD card. Other brands are good, like a Samsung or SanDisk or whatever. They're good as well, but I'll be using this PNY. So I'll see you on the next part. Okay, so now I'm going to get the operating system, the Android operating system, and all the stuff that is required to flash that onto your micro SD card. So I need a couple of things. You need to get the Android operating system for the Orange Pi 4 LTS. You could get it on this URL. I will leave this in the video descriptions below. And you could download the Android image here. The one that is on your eMMC card is Android 8, I think, this one. What you want is Android 12, the latest one. Make sure you have a Gmail, you are connected to your Google account like I am, and you'll be able to download it. So just download this. Take a couple of minutes for it to complete. You will also need to get some tools as well. Go to official tools here and go here and download Android tool. And you'll need something else called Retroarch, because we'll be installing Retroarch on Android. So I'm not really sure which one will work, but I will download both for Android, the 64-bit and the 32-bit. I'll try the 64-bit first, and if it doesn't work, I'll use the 32-bit. So you could download both, put it onto a USB flash drive. You'll need something else called Power Off app. I'm going to download this one right here by Sammy Adam. This one is a good one. I'm gonna download. I would download this as well. We're going to install this app on Android. So we have a way to restart Android and turn it off, because on the Orange Pi 4 LTS there is no power off button. Also, the reset button is on the bottom part of the board, which I can't access because I'm using a case, right? So I would just download this app and just use this to shut down and restart Android. You will need this. So those are the 4 things you will need. And next I will install Android. So in Android tools, go to SD disk tool version 1.59 here. I'm going to put it here into another directory. Also, I'm going to extract not Laka. Laka doesn't work with this. So Android 12. There are 2 types, one for LCD and one for, this is Android 12. This is the one that you will want. So I'm going to put it in there. We may have to extract it 2 times. Copy that and paste that as well. And I'm going to extract it again. I'm going to put it right there. Okay, so I got both. Now I want to start SD Disk Tool version 1.59. This is the one that I want to use. I want to run as administrator. It's in Chinese. If you can't read Mandarin, that's fine. We can go in here and change it so it is in English. Let's try one. Okay, now it's in English. Now I want to put my micro SD card into my USB card reader. Make sure you select the right one when you do this, because everything on that will be wiped out or erased. So I'm going to stick my micro SD card in there. Run as administrator. And this is the one that I want, not the 232 gigabytes. Make sure you select the right one, because everything in that storage device will be formatted and deleted. So you've been warned. So this one here, I want to restore the drive. Like that. That didn't work. Okay, I think it's done. It is empty for sure. So let's try this again. So I want to put SD boot, select a firmware, select firmware. I'm going to select that. Create. Before you do this, again, make sure you select the right drive. I think that's done. Let me take it out, put it back in, see what happens. So now I'm starting Android. What I had to do was I had to turn it off the first time, and what I did was I turned it on the second time, so now I'm able to boot into it. So now I got Android 12 on a Orange Pi 4 LTS single board computer, as you can see. Okay. I want to install some stuff. Let's go to USB. Go to uploads. This is where I put some of the files. I'm going to download this. I'm going to install Shutdown app. It's a safe app, so I'm going to install it. Done. Left click with your mouse to get out. Now let's see if I have it. Here it is. I gave access to that. Use shutdown. Allow this. Left click to get out. I want to click it on this again. And I could power down my device now, as you can see, because there's really no button for shutting it down. So now I'm able to shut this down. So I'm going to turn it back on again. Now it's going to boot into Android. Left click with your mouse and go up to get here. I'm going to go install some other programs from my USB drive. Downloads. I'm going to install Retroarch 32-bit. Continue. Install. Install anyways. It's perfectly safe. I got it from Retroarch's website. Okay, done. Yes, I want to allow access. Allow. Now I'm able to use Retroarch on my Android device. I want to load a core, download a core, download Nintendo. I'll install a couple of Nintendo cores. We'll try various ones. Good. Press. Next thing you want to do is you want to configure your inputs or controls. That. Analog for that. Left shoulder, right shoulder, L2, R1, L3 button, R3 button, analog up, down, left, right, analog right up, analog right down, analog right left, analog right right. Let's load some contents. I think that's for the flash drive. Have some games in here to run it right off there. Press Y to search. Press B. I'm going to use this emulator. Okay, so I'm gonna press. I didn't pound the keys for going to the menu. I will do that now before I forget. But menu controls. Let's go to hotkeys. Start select. Okay. Good. That's pretty much it. That's how you set it up. I do have videos on how you can configure Retroarch. I'll leave that in the video cards on the top right corner if you're interested. And that pretty much concludes this video. I'm going to shut it down. You can use your controller to navigate here. Press A. Power down, and that's it. That's how you install Retroarch on Android 12. Thanks for watching.